Hey guys, this is Mr. A here. My apologies for the stream. It looks like we might have a little bit of a latency delay, so hopefully it'll translate a little bit more properly. But I wanted to go over today exporting your file and cloud printing to the Makerbot. So let's jump in. It's going to be a quick overview. Um, the first thing we're going to do is basically begin with the end in mind. So if you notice here, the last thing that I want to do in this whole process is that I ultimately want to click onto, and I'll annotate here so that you can see it. I want to make sure that I click onto this link, which is click below the Cloud 3D Printing upload link. This is a external link that'll send us to the think of it as the 3D print Google Drive that connects to the online printer drive, the software that says send to print. So it's really great. It allows me to organize your files anytime, anywhere, and send that file remotely to the printer wherever I am on any device. So it's basically like a cool remote control to the printers through the internet. I'm going to click on to just make sure that I show you the link. So when all is said and done, you're going to click this link, and then you're going to enter your name, right? So first name, last name, excuse me. And then right below that, we're going to select the choose file option. When you click on to choose file, it's going to request a file from your iPad or your desktop computer or laptop. And you basically have to locate it in the folder. Typically, it's the downloads folder or the folder that your file is stored. Once you select that file, I'll just use a sample here. Then you click onto the I'm not a robot underneath it. And then the red button below that will say submit your model. Once you click it, it'll say thank you for submitting your file. It has been submitted, submit another model. That's it. That's the very, very final step. So let's go over how I can get my file to my computer. Now, at this point, we want to make sure that you've already designed your keychain or your 3D file or 3D file or product file, whatever it is that you created. And I'm just going to open up this sample here. So I'm in my dashboard of Tinkercad. This also works for any file on any program, by the way, but we're just going to use Tinkercad as an example. If we're using the Onshape program, for example, you can do the same thing because it's the same exported file. I'm going to go to my dashboard. I see 3D designs here on the left, circuits, code blocks, and I click onto lessons. When I click onto lessons, our keychain file is the make your own keychain file. Okay. And you'll basically click on to tinker this. All right. And mine looks like a cube because the keychain's already been created. So let's just imagine the cube is a keychain. And when we are ready to export it to our device, I'm going to first check my measurements, make sure that the length for my keychain is between 75 to 100 millimeters. I want to make sure that the key ring is 10 millimeters in diameter, and the overall width or thickness of the keychain is about 4 to 10 millimeters in thickness, roughly. So, and for any other file, make sure your measurement is clean or is measured appropriately. Once I have those checks in place, now I can export it. So I'm going to look here where my arrow is pointing, where it says export. And I'm going to export my file from here. And I get a pop-up window. It says download 3D print. I want it to stay on download. And when I stay on to download, I'm going to notice another window here and another series of buttons. And it says for 3D print, how do you want to export it? Export means to send out, send away to your computer. And I want to export for 3D print. And the file of choice is this one here. It says STL or period.stl, stereolithography file. I'm going to click onto that, and you'll notice that as soon as it downloads, whether you have a Chrome file, it's going to download for Google Chrome browsers on the lower left. If you have a Safari browser, which most of us do on our iPad devices, then you'll see a download on the upper right of your Safari file, but it's going to get downloaded to your device. I have my file officially downloaded, right? Because I see an indication saying download complete. And once I'm downloaded, all I have to do is go back to my bulletin board. So let's go back here. I'm going to go back to my bulletin board on my MHS or your learning management system of choice for those of us that are watching the video outside of school, or teachers that are watching this video outside their own network. You're going to click below. Well, like I said, you're going to have a link, and that link is going to connect to the cloud. So we're going to go to our MyMHS, go to the bulletin board, look at cloud printing upload link, and of course, click onto that link, enter your name. So first name, last name, choose your file. Like we said, I'm gonna select from my downloads folder, open, right? I'm not a robot, and submit your model. Once it's submitted, then you'll see on my end that I will automatically get a notification, and here's my file. I just submitted that 2 minutes ago. And when I see your file, I'll be able to review the model. So I'm gonna we should see a cube at this point. Or the external link. Here's the keychain, excuse me. I see that keychain there. I'm going to select the printer of choice. We have obviously multiple printers, so I select the one of choice, and I push approve. And once I approve it, then it'll go through the printing process. So that is how you send a file in the cloud for cloud printing to the lab, and then I approve the file as a precautionary measure, push send, and ultimately it prints at however time it takes. When we return to the lab, or if we have an IT rep on campus, they'll basically remove the keychain in preparation for the next file. So that's how you do exporting your keychain, and I look forward to seeing all your designs. Happy 3D printing, guys, and we'll see you in the next lesson. I should stop the video now, right? All right, guys, enjoy.